Baby, listen. I don't know about y'all, but that flip the camera trend done something to my spirit that pissed me off so bad. So this is the little trend. They have somebody hold their phone so they can record them. After a little while of dancing, they'll flip the camera back on the person that's holding the phone. So basically what they're doing is finding somebody that they don't believe is beautiful, flip the camera on them to embarrass them. Baby, what kind of soul do some of these children have? And I understand that these are children, but baby, y'all better get y'all children. And I think what pissed me off the most is that you can tell some of these children have the sweetest little souls ever. Some of them were actually happy to hold the phone for them. Like it made them so happy. And for y'all to be on the other end trying to embarrass them, baby, when I say sick, y'all, that mess with my spirit so bad. We send our children to school every day in the lion's den. We don't know who they mixing and mingling with.
Let's keep it real. This TikTok camera flip trend, it's not cute. It's straight up gross. You know how it goes. A group of friends is dancing. Someone's holding the camera for them. Then out of nowhere, one of them snatches it and flips it to show the person recording. Harmless, right? Nah, totally not. 9 times out of 10, that person holding the camera, they're the sweetest, most innocent person ever. Quiet, introverted, just trying to be nice by helping out. Maybe they're not even really part of the friend group. And boom, suddenly their face is all over TikTok. No heads up, no hey, is this okay? Nothing. Millions of people see it, and the comments, people are clowning them, calling them names, laughing like it's some big joke. But come on, how is that funny? They said yes to holding a camera, not to getting bullied online. Half the time, they don't even know their face is trending. This ain't a trend, it's bullying, plain and simple. The worst part, everyone's acting like it's normal. Laughing like being kind is just something to turn into content. We gotta cut this out. Mean pranks aren't funny, they hurt. And nobody deserves to get humiliated just for being nice.
And those children or those kids or those adults that are involving themselves playing this game, this bully game, they are representing the families that they come from. They are representing their mothers and their fathers who have raised them. Yes. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sumi. Just in case you're seeing me for the very first time, I hope you do consider subscribing on the channel. So in today's episode, I've come across a few clips from some creators complaining about this trendy game that has been going on TikTok about flipping the camera. It is actually called the bully game right now. I've been seeing a bunch of clips from students, teenagers playing this game. They end up flipping the camera to the person who is holding, and most of the time this person is always unaware and their faces always come out as the most innocent face. Most of the time they don't even know what is happening. Most of the time these are people who are not even social media personnel, but they just being put on the internet and laughed at innocently without them even knowing. Now, I want us to watch these clips that I've gotten for you guys together and let me know what you think about this incident. I'll come back at the end and say something.
That flip the camera trend where they ask somebody to record them, like whether it be them or a group of people dancing or whatever. And then at some point during the video, they come up and hit the little flip button on the camera and they flip it to the person that's recording. So the person that is holding the camera is now being recorded. And I guess the joke is supposed to be that person's face. Like the person that was doing them a favor, the person who said, yeah, to this shit. And I don't know, maybe to some of y'all that shit's funny, but it's not funny to me because I see those faces and I see me. Something y'all don't know about me is I was that person. I was the person holding the camera. Every time I would have been that person. I didn't really have friends. My mom moved us in the 9th grade. I was in the 9th grade. She moved me to a completely different school district. So by then, everybody already had their little cliques and I just didn't fit in. I was the kid who ate lunch in the library or just hid in the bathroom during lunch so I didn't have to sit by myself or sit at some random table and be ridiculed because of God knows what that day. I never made eye contact with people because I was afraid that they'd notice me. I didn't want that. I was the kid that just wanted to belong, even if it was just for a second. I didn't have nice clothes. I had like 3 outfits that I rotated, and I remember it was this pair of like blue yoga pants that I had, and the seams split in like the butt. So we didn't have like thread or whatever. So I took a stapler and I stapled that bitch. I stapled my pants so I could continue to wear them. My hair was breaking off. My skin was bad. My teeth were crooked. I remember having an extra tooth. Well, actually, it wasn't really an extra tooth. It was a baby tooth that never fell out, and it was growing like right up here. It just like grew out. And then I had my adult tooth under that. So yeah. And if somebody would have asked me to hold the camera, I would have done it instantly, because that would have meant that I was included, even if it was just for a second, even if it was just to help. Somebody wanted me. Somebody wanted me. So when I see those videos now and I see the person on the other side of that camera, it takes me back, like back to that feeling, that mix of embarrassment, hope, and disappointment that nobody ever really apologizes for. And I don't know, maybe y'all don't mean it like that. Maybe you think it's just some stupid trend that you're jumping on, but it's not. It's mean. It's cruel. And the worst part is how it seems to be normal, because y'all are up here posting it like with no repercussions. Like it's easy to humiliate somebody for views. So from one bullied kid to another, it gets better. You'll find people that see you, not just use you. And I promise you're going to develop a kick-ass personality out of all of this. You're going to find people who actually mean it when they say that you belong there, that you belong with them. And if you haven't found that yet, you will. I promise you will. I'm sorry you're going through this. Anyway, yeah, I would have been the one holding the camera.
That flip the camera trend, the bullying that's happening, is because y'all don't be on top of y'all kids. Y'all literally just let y'all kids do anything and make excuses for their piss poor behavior. As someone who has been an administrator in education, I'm telling you that a lot of the parents will make excuses for their kids being bad people. They literally come in there and be like, oh, it's just kids being kids. Like, this is not bullying. Kids do stupid things. They will not hold their kids accountable. And a lot of times the kid who's being bullied doesn't want it to get worse or doesn't want all the attention on them. So they'll just say anything. They'll just allow anything to happen because they're scared that it's going to get worse. And then a lot of administrators will allow it to just be an apology versus really holding them accountable. And things like this happen. And then kids will harm themselves. Anything could happen. And my advice to you as a parent and as someone who is a former administrator, you need to be on them schools' asses. You need to go through your kid's phone. You need to know what's happening with your kids and check in with them every day, because you don't want to be that parent that missed the sign of your kid being bullied and it gets millions of views online and you had no idea, and then your child does something to themselves. And to the parents who are walking around saying that their kids are just being kids and they refuse to hold them accountable, you should also be ashamed of yourself, and you're also responsible if another child does something to themselves because your child doesn't know how to act. Bullying is one thing I really can't, it sends me through the roof, especially when parents don't hold their kids accountable.
And I'm going to tell y'all something. I've been watching this challenge that's been going around called the Flip the Camera Challenge. And I just want to let y'all know right now, you or anybody that you're around, you let them know that that is not okay. That Flip the Camera Challenge is so rude, it's so mean, it's so disrespectful, it's so hurtful, it's actually bullying. There's nothing cool about it. I'm not saying that you're doing it, but I'm sure that you've already seen it before. And I better not catch y'all doing nothing like that. Do you understand me? And that goes for my nieces, my nephews, my family, my friends. Anybody like that's doing that Flip the Camera Challenge, there's nothing cool about that. Like making fun of somebody and tricking them is just, that's evil. Like that's the most hurtful thing you could do to somebody. That's straight up bullying. Jesus doesn't like that. And he would not like you making fun of his kids. Do y'all think that that's cool, that Flip the Camera Challenge?
No.
No, okay. Well, we're going to keep it that way. Like I said, I better not catch her doing nothing like that. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't, if y'all see somebody doing that, you let them know, hey, that's not cool and that's not okay. Okay? Because period, that's bullying. That is so evil. This Flip the Camera Challenge, all these crazy challenges I'm trying to do that make you feel like you're so cool, and this gets not cool. Stuttering over here because that made me mad. That hurt my feelings. I've seen a couple of videos and it really.
Firstly, who came up with this flip the camera around trend? Who came up with it? Whoever you are, go handle yourself. And I hope you know exactly what I mean by saying that. And secondly, the amount of dick riding, hungry ass followers that was quick to jump on this lame ass, stupid ass, bullying ass fucking trend, that needs to be studied. Why is there so many of you guys in this world? Why? What do you exist? Now I understand exactly what our parents meant by some of y'all fuckers do not think for yourselves. You don't think for yourselves. Why the fuck would you want to literally put somebody else in a position where they're being made fun of? They're the butt of a joke that everybody is in on except for them. Why the fuck did you think that that was a good idea? Why do you think that that makes you a good person? Where in this situation is anything cool? Where's the cool factor? I'm trying to find it. And I know there is none because I'm a good, decent person. Why do you fuckers exist? And it's not a thing about being young. Y'all know y'all wouldn't want to be in that position. You know you wouldn't want to be in the position where you are the butt of a joke that you don't have no idea is even happening. You know that shit. I'm seeing the trend happening within high schoolers. These are kids that are grown. They're old enough. They're big enough. They know better. And instead they decided to go and do this shit. Ew. Still in today's time, y'all the ones that literally made bullying a crime. Because y'all was so sensitive and y'all turn around and y'all do this shit. I don't understand.
As I said earlier, these students, these children that are involving themselves in this game, they are representing the household that they are coming from. Yes, it shows that where they are coming from, this is how they are raised. It shows that their parents, this is how the person that has been raising them, this is how they are, you know. These are parents who really don't care about talking to their children like you're not supposed to do this. And also this is part of the, should I say, American culture when it comes to raising children. Some parents they just don't care. They just let children do anything they want. And I know there are a bunch of people who have grown up in such a society being bullied because of how they look like. They are always being bullied in different ways. Imagine someone giving you a camera, you know you are recording them, but because they think you are ugly and they are using you as a joke, as something to laugh at. I know sometimes Western parents in the West, they don't really care. And even how children in the West are raised, it is way different on how African children are raised. I'm not trying to compare or anything, but because I'm an African and I think I know better, you would never find any African doing such a game. And it's because American children think everything is fun. They think everything is a joke. They think everything is a game. They think everything is to laugh at. Either something is serious, they literally just don't care about the other person's feelings. They just don't care. They think any situation should be laughed at. Any situation should be a game. Any person's problem or imperfection should be a joke. It should turn into something to laugh at. You know? I was talking to one of my friends in America. He's a Black American person living in only Black community dominant area. There is a game also that is trending in America. It's called Ding Dong. Children just go on people's door and they start knocking. And they go on knocking. Just out of the blue, you just hear someone knocking on your door. I remember there was an incident of I think they were white children. They went on a Black folks' door. They knocked. And the folk was like, what is going on? Are these thieves? The guy came out with a pew-pew and pew-pewed them. And the excuse that was going on is that the children were just playing. How can you kill how can you pew-pew my kids? The guy literally ended up going to jail because of these children, like, the parents who are not controlling their kids. Imagine at 5 a.m. in the morning, these kids were going on someone's door, knocking, playing ding dong. Is it ding dong? That game. You know it, Americans. I might not be pronouncing it very well, but you know that game that I'm talking about. You know? Now, why am I even bringing this game as an example? Some of these kids might end up getting a problem as they are doing this game. One day they might flip that camera on a child who has really very strict parents, or someone who is just short-tempered, and that person will end up beating those kids. And that will end up being a war. You know? Okay, that friend of mine from America was telling me that he was one time at his house, you know, it is his day off, and then he had people knocking on the door the first time, the second time, and they are knocking so hard. So he comes out and he's like, "You kids, where are you from? Who told you to knock on my door? Why are you doing this? Where are your parents? Why are you going on knocking on people's door? Why are you doing that?" So the children ran and told their parent that, "Mommy, oh, this man is bullying us, blah, blah." So the parent comes and starts causing a scene, like quarreling, you know, using all those big words, exchanging words with this other man. And this Black American friend of mine was like, "What are you talking about? I just told your kids not to do it again. What if I was a stranger, or what if I was a bad person and I end up kidnapping your children? You know, I just told your kids." And then the mother to the kids, she was making it a big deal. She was making it a big deal, like as if this Black American friend of mine had done something very wrong. So it literally starts. They say charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. If your children are not raised well at home, those are the same manners they are going to do outside home. And they will end up finding people who are from good families, and they end up going into problems. So honestly, I wasn't really intending on coming on here and reacting on this video, but because of very many people that have come out reacting and giving their own experiences on these weird games, flipping the camera, I honestly felt touched, and I was like, I need to come on here and talk about it. Maybe you guys, let me know what you think about this incident down in the commentary. Allow me to stop from here, just in case you've watched this video up to this far. I'm thinking you have enjoyed it, and also hope you do consider subscribing on the channel. Otherwise, let's meet in another clip that I'll be uploading later on. Bye bye.